Well, you guys, it's that time of the year, or that time of every several years when, and just like that, aka our good old Sex and the City, is about to come back to our homes through the TV screen. HBO is going to be presenting in Just Like That season 2, and we knew it was coming, right? We knew that they were going to shoot it, and we all saw leaked images and footage. No spoilers for what we saw. It was really hard for me actually to not look at what they were filming on the streets. What is Carrie wearing? What is Miranda wearing? What is Charlotte wearing? What hair colors are they going to have? All that good stuff. And yes, I did. You can't just avoid social media for an entire year while they're shooting. So I did see a couple of things, but the biggest news, and if you don't want any spoilers, tune out here. But the biggest news drops from Variety.com. And Variety.com literally now, end of May, beginning of June of 2023, dropped the bomb. And as I was reading the article, I could not believe it. I was thinking, this is not true. This is yet again one of those articles and one of those gossipy bits of news that are going to bring our hopes really high for something. And then it turns out at the end of the article is going to read something like, oh, wouldn't it be great if it were true? And just like that, I thought to myself, this article can't be true. What's the article about? You might ask yourself. Well, first subscribe here to my channel to find out more and thumb up this video. But Variety.com's article says, and I quote, title, Sex and the City Shocker. Kim Cattrall to return as Samantha Jones with And Just Like That cameo. Done. I'm done. We're done. We're done. We're done. You know what I mean? I'm like, I read the title and I'm like, okay, this has to be fake news, right? And then I start reading and then I hear, the whole shebang, she was never going to return. They had a falling out. We've covered all of these stories, right? And Kim Cattrall had a falling out with Sarah Jessica Parker. Kate, by the way, I live stream several times a week on my main channel, Super Dacob. So come join us in the live chats. I have my live chat right now here on the sidebar with me. And Kate is saying, what did Sarah Jessica Parker have to do to get Kim Cattrall back? Now, this is interesting because I also thought to myself, we've all seen the interviews, right? And Sarah Jessica Parker saying, you know what? It's never going to happen. Like, we're done. We had this falling out. Things were said. Things cannot be forgiven. We're moving on without her. This is a different chapter. It's not Sex and the City anymore. It's in Just Like That. And I thought to myself, but then why make the whole first season about them fighting and Carrie trying to win Samantha back? And spoiler alert, for those of you who haven't seen season 1, don't watch further because from now on, I'm going to drop spoilers. Carrie keeps writing text messages with Samantha throughout the whole season, right? And last episode of the season, she's throwing Big's ashes in Paris into the Seine, and she receives a message from... Well, she writes a message to to Samantha. Samantha answers back, and Samantha is in London. She lives now in London, right? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll just fly over from Paris to London. Or Samantha's going to fly from London to Paris. Doesn't matter. They're going to meet somewhere in Europe. Or maybe in England, because England isn't Europe anymore, because, they wanted to leave Europe. Oh, those Brits. Anyway, so that's how the season ends, and everybody's like so hopeful. Maybe they will reconcile, they're going to reconcile again. But then no. As the season was over, it was very clear. Patrick J. King, the producer, showrunner of And Just Like That, was like, no, she ain't coming back. She ain't coming back. But now this article from Variety delivers a different perspective, because we all thought the whole time that Michael Patrick King is his name. Whatever. I keep forgetting it. Michael Patrick King. He also did Two Broke Girls, by the way. And he did The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow, one of my favorite shows. So anyway, love you, Michael Patrick King. Sorry, I just forget names. I'm not big in names. I have to meet you personally first, Michael, and then I'll remember your name. Things were said, and there's a reason why tabloids kept repeating why Kim Cattrall isn't coming back. You know, she felt mistreated on the set of Sex and the City. She didn't like the idea that they wanted to use to film Sex and the City movie part 3. You know, and then Kim's brother passed away. She did not like how Sarah Jessica Parker gave her condolences. I mean, a lot was going on. Turns out, according to the Variety article, that Kim Cattrall did not come back to Sex and the City, and Just Like That, because she wasn't asked to. Allegedly. Now, hold on a minute here. Because we, as far as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong in the chats, we were being told all this time that they were begging Ferret. They were dying Ferret. They were begging her to come back, but she didn't want to. She was like the diva, right? Everybody was like, no. She's like, I'm better than this. And then Patricia Field also was like, I'm not going to style the costumes for, because I'm friends with Kim Cattrall. But she didn't say that that's the reason why she's not coming to And Just Like That. She said, I'm not doing Just Like That because I got to do Emily in Paris. I already committed to doing Emily in Paris, blah, 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 and all that stuff, right? So we thought it's a whole feud. Patricia Fields, who was the historic costume maker and stylist of Sex and the City, did not come back. We all thought it was because of Kim Cattrall, and then they started posting photos together as And Just Like That. Season 1 was airing. You know what I mean? Kim Cattrall and Patricia were like posting pics together. It was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But now it turns out that according to this article, and this is really bizarre. I'm trying to find the spot. Where is it? Cattrall publicly announced in 2016 that she's done playing Samantha when she didn't feel that the script proposed to her was good enough and blah, 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 right? But when Michael Patrick King and Sarah Jessica Parker decided to reboot Sex and the City as And Just Like That, and I quote, Kim Cattrall wasn't approached to reprise Samantha. And the new show added other characters to mixed reviews. Looking at ya, Che. Looking at ya. In the lives of Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte to fill Samantha's place. As they were doing press last year, both Parker and King said that they couldn't fathom a scenario in which Cattrall would play Samantha again. But as the second season of And Just Like That was underway, shooting in New York this past winter, Casey Bloys, may God bless you, Casey. Casey Bloys, the chairman and CEO of HBO and Max Content, bless you, Casey. Casey approached Cattrall about putting her stilettos back on as Samantha, which led to her decision to say yes. Could this be that this entire time they just never asked her to come back for And Just Like That? Could it be that they were punishing her, like Sarah Jessica Parker and like Patrick King were like punishing her for some reason because she didn't want to do the movie? And so they're like, you're not going to be in season 1, but we're going to make it sound like you don't want to be in season 1. Isn't this bizarre? I'm super confusion. I am confusion. And Kim Cattrall is starring in a movie with Robert De Niro currently, by the way. So she's successful, honey. And she's also going to play the makeup mogul on Netflix drama Glamorous, which premieres on June 22nd. Also, and Just Like That premieres on June 22nd. What a coinkadonk. And listen, she was a bit of a diva, though, which I found was very fascinating. Apparently, Kim Cattrall did not want to shoot with with Sarah Jessica Parker, and also not with Michael Patrick King. So apparently she shot her cameo, which is going to air in the last episode of season 2. So we're just going to see her a little bit, but we're going to see her. So apparently just a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, or I don't know when, but she shot her cameo, isolated, directed by somebody else. She didn't want to have Sarah Jessica Parker in the room. She didn't want to have Michael Patrick. She's like, you know what? We'll go. She had it her way. And she recorded the cameo, which apparently is going to be a phone call between her and Carrie. But we're going to see her on camera. It's not just going to be her voice. Apparently, it's going to be also her looks and the hair and the clothes and the whole shebang. Now, is it worth it to spend an entire season 2 of And Just Like That waiting for the last episode in the hopes to have those 5 seconds of Samantha Jones, aka Kim Cattrall, on screen? My answer is categorically yes. And then some. You know what I mean? In the best Samantha Jones voice I could possibly do. I can't do a good one, but and what's the cherry on top of the cake, you might ask yourselves? Well, we were talking about Patricia Field, right? Patricia was not styling and Just Like That. But Patricia said yes to Kim Cattrall. So this is so juicy. Patricia Fields is basically styling Kim Cattrall for her Samantha scene. So Patricia is coming back only for Samantha. So you know that the best outfit of the season is going to be shown in the last episode of season 2, just a couple of seconds of a fabulous wherever Samantha's going to be, whatever she's going to be wearing, and whatever she's going to be saying. Now, that's the news. That's the breaking news. But so it's kind of like not just gossip, like literally Variety's telling us she shot her cameo already. This is not speculation, they're saying. Okay, I'm still speculating because everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's just alleged, in my opinion. But Variety is saying she already shot her cameo. It's done. Sealed. Done deal. However, interesting enough, they did ask Kim's representatives for comment, but nothing, they got no response, apparently. So, yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Katie says, Patricia Field, yeah. She gonna put her in fake Birkin, says Kev. You best believe it's gonna be funny. And but Patricia is coming back to style her, and I think this is awesome. So, yeah, what can I tell you? My question now is this. Since they're telling us she already shot her cameo. First question, can she back out last minute? Did she put in her contract, I'm going to see how this goes, how the season 2 plays out, how the press is going to be, if the press is going to be this or that. What are the other girls going to be talking about me in the press? you know, just like they did with Big, because of all the allegations that started arising, and then they apparently they cut him, allegedly they cut him out of the last episode because of all the stuff that happened with the actor. So I wonder if Kim Cattrall could like say last minute, I don't want to be in your episode, cut me out. That's my first question. I hope that doesn't happen. And second question, most important question, if she is in the cameo, is that welcoming her back in? Is she going to be a regular in season 3? Is she back for season 3? Or, and this is what I'm really scared of, that cameo is going to be her official goodbye. Like, what's so important? Listen, what can be so important to bring her back to say just one thing? And one thing only. Maybe her cancer came back. Maybe she's like, hey, I'm dying. I'm done. It's over. I just wanted to say I love you all. Like, maybe her character is, you know, like, are they going to unalive her on a Peloton? Is she going to get a heart attack on a Peloton? Like Mr. Big? What's it going to be? I'm hoping that her cameo at the end of season 2 is going to be like to open the doors for potential return. But it's so bizarre. Like it felt like it's impossible for her to come back. And now she is back, but she doesn't want to, she's not interacting or acting with Sarah Jessica Parker, with Michael Patrick King. So she's literally on her own in some room being filmed. How is that going to work for a return to a season 3? What do you guys think in the chats? Vicky says Samantha will show up on the last episode of season 2 to have her entirely in season 3. I hope, says Vicky. Anderson says, I'm afraid of being optimistic with her return. Me too, Anderson. I'm scared of it. I'm really scared of it. Crybaby Uzagi's crying like, they're not going to unalive her, are they? Gloria says, major thawing will need to take place to welcome her back. None of those ladies are budging. April Spritz says, we've been played. Samantha was always going to be part of the show. Oh, you think we're the ones who... That's a possibility. That's a possibility. Kev says, watch the horse lady cut the scene in post-production. Oh, the shade, Kev, the shade. This is juicy, says Paul. After all that's been said, how could she return for real, says Nancy. I mean, I don't know, but I can tell you this. Think about it. Aren't the 3 ladies, Charlotte, Miranda, Carrie, I mean, the actresses, Cynthia Nixon, you know, all of them, aren't they going to be jelly, a little jelly or envious when the last episode airs, and you best believe all we're going to be talking about is Samantha. And I think Kim Cattrall knows that she's going to steal the show because, you know, how many episodes was the first season? 10 episodes. The second season is also going to have like 8 or 10 episodes. So we waited 20 episodes, give or take an episode or two, to have one scene with her. She's been building up the tension for us. So you best believe that in that last episode, when Samantha shows up, that's all we're going to remember. That's all we're going to be talking about. So I wonder how the other ladies are going to accept this. Is it going to, you know, burn? Is it going to burn? You know, is it going to burn them? You know, they should talk about Jasper the Doll. Jasper the Doll would be amazing. Jasper the Doll as a guest cameo in And Just Like That. The TikTok sensation, Jasper the Doll. Katie says, I think it's going to be like goodbye and go screw yourself, says Katie. And then Bubbles says, goodbye, Katie. Pao says, yes. Gloria says, she was smart to speak with someone from HBO and not the show. She will be laughing all the way to the bank. Oh, Gloria. Could you imagine if Kim Cattrall for that one episode earns the amount that the girls have been earning for like 3 or 4 episodes, I would not pass it by her to have a really big check for that cameo. Good for her. Good for her. I'm all on Kim Cattrall's side on this one. And they should, I still believe, Ellie B, no. They didn't say anything about filming with the other ladies. They said she did not film with the other ladies. She shot her cameo alone, without the other ladies, and without Michael Patrick King. Okay. She was in another place, in another time. But I still think they should just make peace. It's ridiculous. You know what? We're not getting any younger. They're not getting any younger. It's like life is too short for this. Just make peace. Love each other again. Enjoy these, hopefully many years you have left to live. But just like, it's an amazing opportunity for everybody. I'm sure it's also great to film Sex and the City when you're such a famous star. You're treated like royalty. You get to spend some time in New York, say some stupid jokes with each other. The writing is hilarious. Well, season 1 writing was, but writing can be hilarious again if the right writers are hired. And you can have the time of your life and people will remember you and cherish this forever. It's a great legacy. Don't poop on it. That's what I'm saying. Like, be the bigger person. Bury the hatchet. All of y'all's bury the hatchet, grow the F up, and deliver some fun times. Frozen Luxury says, in my Samantha voice, ladies, it's a big, fat, huge, wide check. Subscribe and see you soon.